Welcome back for Game 4.
Shit just got spicy.
Take My Mom versus Tilt. What the fuck? Tilt something. At this point, I forget. Oh, it's Tilted Forward. Tilted Forward up by 2. No, it's 2-1. I'm going to give it to Evolite.
All right, well, like he said, it's 2-1 in favor of Tilted Forward, but Dank by Mon taking that last game, very, very impressive play from Contagio. Like that Victor was just absolutely unbelievable. I am just astounded at how well he played that champion.
Yeah, and Simply Zach doing work as well, going really tanky on that Hecarim and providing a lot of the
major
diving.
disruptor in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both
he did his job.
Just the dive squad of the Hecarim and the Aurelia, like there's literally nothing that Stripe and Thrifty Senpai could do. They couldn't kill him fast enough. Like,
yeah, they were very fluid. They took the fights that they needed to and disengaged when they should run. And I was very impressed by them. They looked like a very different team this go around from Dank by Mom. So
100% agree.
Those bands really working out for them this time. If they're going to do something similar this time around for fan phase.
I believe streamer ready to go. Ready? Okay, yeah, we are ready to go. That's fine. Yeah, it's a ghost. Wait, what? Am I talking to nobody? Hello?
We're talking with our lovable production expert, so ignore us. So, picking band starting. The first band, Lux, Contagio, still not going to be able to play it. Swain taken away, so Blab can't have that. Aurelia, Tilted Forward, did not want to see that Aurelia again.
There we go, the double ban on win. I do like this from Tilted Forward because after that showing in Aurelia, I mean, they never let it go the entire series, but they got double bans on him now, so no Poppy bans. So do you think that's something he goes back to, or how do you think it's going to go?
I hope not. He didn't have a lot of impact. I feel like he can better. I'm just not sure how deep his champion pool goes. He used to play a lot of Fiora, maybe some Darius. I don't know. We'll see. Madam Strip is going to grab Hecarim right away so that Dub can have it back, and Simply Zach can't be that disruptor that he was last game.
I mean, there's a bunch of other champions he can be disruptive on, but I mean, yeah, his performance in Hecarim was definitely far better than any of the other 2 performances he's had.
Yeah, so. And if this game's going to be anything like the last one, we might see a Alistar coming out of Dank by Mom to pull it back on their side. And 30 is actually going to grab the Zyra again.
Hovering Zyra. He still has some idea, but I mean, it still makes sense because I mean, it's definitely something you don't want Thrifty on, especially because you ban Karthus and you pick Zyra, so then what does he go back to? Cassiopeia and just get Dove again? Or, I mean, his Ahri that he was hovering earlier would have been probably much better in that case because the mobility it provides. Anyway, yeah, Dank by Mom's going to pick the Caitlyn and the Zyra, which very good lane combo. I mean, very, very strong, just as strong as the Ashe Zyra. Just Ashe has a little bit more utility than the Caitlyn does, but Caitlyn's definitely going to get a lot more damage.
And Kishot hovering his Braum as it's not banned this game.
Yeah,
we'll see if he actually picks it up.
Because that was not banned last game. He decided to forgo that pick and go with the Alistar, which didn't seem like he was, I mean, definitely more comfortable on Braum, so it's probably something he's going to want to stick with. And then
Jhin, Strip going
the Jhin, back to the Jhin. Yeah, I really liked Strip on Jhin in that first game. Like he's the curtain call setups, like definitely setup fights really, really, really well. So it'll be interesting to see how he performs again on this champion. Simply Zach hovering over the Rek'Sai as well as Contagio looking to go back on that Victor. I mean, after Victor that performance, why not play it again, right?
Yeah. I agree.
And then Simply Zach hovering the Rek'Sai. He played that already once, and
in game 2, his Rek'Sai was pretty solid. Like it was, I mean, it was kind of stinks that they got outscaled a little bit.
Yeah, but he did decent. And honestly, what would you pick instead of like So Hecarim got first picked, right?
right? And then
I don't think that's a bad pick.
No,
Um,
I think they can do really well with the Rek'Sai instead. I mean, they perform pretty similarly. You're diving the back line, you're disrupting the team. So
also, looking back on bans to the Swain, Karthus, Syndra, I like them, but then Kiss Hot Underling gets his Braum pick, which I think overall sacrificing, I think that's the right choice. But I'm interested to see if he performs it's ban worthy, you know? Like, hey, I'm gonna perform like you should have
Right.
banned it.
right. But Strip didn't actually go to the MF, which they combo together a lot. So maybe he's
He
just
has
feeling
not.
the Jin's more important for starting team fights.
Yeah, dude, that's what Worlds does to you. Jin and like just been played a lot, so you know you got like the Blab and Tim, like they've been watching some Worlds, maybe Dub too. I don't know
Okay,
how much
so-
he's been watching.
back on the topic, Oriana
Man.
picked up for Thrifty Senpai, and then Poppy,
Interjected me, man.
Poppy for nice circulation. Continue.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I'm surprised he hasn't been picking the MF. He's had a lot of success on it,
Right.
but the Jin has been played a lot at Worlds, so I'm curious if his team is just like, no, pick Jin, and he actually did perform on it earlier in the night. Anyways, there you go. Oriana picked, yes.
Yes, Oriana for Thrifty Senpai, and the Poppy for nice circulation. So they back to a tank. No, I mean
And they don't-
he's-
They don't want on the win having that Poppy. I didn't see a lot of spectacular play out of it, but maybe they want the ball delivery system for both Poppy and Hecarim.
I feel like we got a Gangplank coming out. I feel like that's on to win this next champion that he would pick.
He didn't do spectacular on the Puppy. He has some, every once in a while, he had some good plays, but he also was laning against a Swain. So maybe they're taking it away because Swain got banned. So they're like,
Mhm.
oh, we can't let you play Poppy
Maybe
and
maybe the
anything else
Poppy
that
will
we
be good
play.
now. Right. Anyway, On the Win's actually gonna choose Gnar. That's gonna be the last pick for Dank by Mom. On the Win's Gnar has actually been, he's another one of his actually pretty solid champions.
Yeah.
I've seen him perform pretty solid on
No,
that in the
I
past.
like this. I like that pick.
I
Overall,
mean,
I like both draft picks.
yeah, both
or
teams
fan phases.
are looking really solid.
Do you have a preference over one team over another with the final picks coming through? Or of who's going to win the game?
So okay, so first of all, Kishot Underling's got his Braum. Dub jumps back on the Hecarim, which he's done pretty solid in the first two games, and then Stripes back on the Jin, which he performed really well in the first game. Those three guys got champions that they've all performed really well on. I think what I'm really curious about is how Blab's going to perform on a tank.
Yes.
Earlier in the season, when he's played in a tank, he's fallen behind pretty easily and become pretty much a non-factor. So if he can pick up his game and play well with Poppy and be a frontliner, I think that Tilted Forward has a pretty chance at winning the game. One of you
So-
guys wants to go through Dink by Mom's team.
Yeah, no.
I'll let you take
if 30 plays similar to what he did last game on that Zyra, that's going to be huge for that team. Because just Zyra, when I think of Zyra, I think of a very squishy champion. Yes, a lot of CC, so if you let her if you get caught in her shit, very unfortunate. But she's very squishy. And Thrifty 30, I'm sorry, has had pretty good awareness and whatnot. He's been in decent areas. He hasn't been getting caught out too much, based on the loss of one game, obviously. He performs like he did last game. I think I prefer that team. I also am got a hard on for Contagio right now. He's been playing great all series. The whole
he really
series he's been doing
has.
great.
I actually like Dank by Mom's team a little bit better, but there's a caveat to that. If they play their team like a poke comp, which it looks like they're going to try to, I think they'll win. If they can't play the poke comp at all, or dive once on the win can transform on Gnar, then I think they're going to lose because the team from Tilted Forward is so team fight centric that if they don't get poked down, they're just going to run in full health, do a lot of disruption, and try and kill everyone. So if Dank by Mom performs like they did last game, I give it to them. So we'll see how
I
it
agree.
actually turns out.
And I like both comps. I think both comps are
Right.
very good. It's all about execution, and I think Dank by Mom's comp is it's a lot easier to execute.
Right.
So I give the little bit of favor into them because the Poppy ult is sometimes it just fucking fails. And sometimes it's
Right.
amazing and you win team fights off it and you get big objectives. It also goes on Thrifty Senpai who, hey, can he make those great Orianna ults? We'll find out.
So on that
Yeah.
note, predictions. What do you guys got?
Yeah, no, I got Dank by Mom. Just based off
Yeah.
Team Chomp, I think they're going to take this.
Yeah, I think Dank by Mom is gonna take it as well.
Okay. I'll play a little devil's advocate. If Lab can perform on Poppy, I think that Tilted Forward can win it actually kind of easily. I think that's really the X factor for that team. Is if he can perform well on the Poppy, they can win.
Yeah, and we'll find out because, as you said earlier, Poppy, obviously you can build that Trinity Force, but a little bit more tanky of a champion. And overall, this season, he has not performed too well on those, like, hey, I'm going to be the tank of the team type of champs. It's more of like, hey, you need to be on those, like, hybrid tank / damage champions or damage champion. And your team has done pretty well on them on that.
Right. Thrifty Senpai actually took Ignite instead of any other ability. So he's going to try and kill Contagio in lane, I'd expect. Whereas Contagio still has Ghost. There is no exhaust again on Dank by Mom's team. Because 30 went with the Ignite.
Wait, there's...
And-
okay, so...
Hey, man,
Kishot went
he's
for Ignite.
going all in.
Oh no,
They're
Kishot
going for the
Kishot
lane
has
dominance.
exhaust.
No, Dank by Mom doesn't have exhaust.
Oh, Dank by Mom doesn't have exhaust. Oh.
Yeah, they don't.
Which against Thrifty or Jin for Madam Strip, I think those could be really
I think it's
dangerous to have
very
an
hard.
exhaust against.
I think it's very hard to get an exhaust on Madam Strip with that champion. Usually they play pretty in the back line. It really depends on, like,
True.
obviously, if you get a great engage, you just exhaust him and he's fucking done, so.
If there's anyone that needs to get exhausted, it's going to be Contagio on this Victor. Like, if he goes off like he did last game...
Oh, the other team, absolutely.
They do have an exhaust. Kishot Underling on the Braum did bring the exhaust,
Right.
but yeah, definitely he's going to have to save that summoner for his Victor if he gets ahead again. Last time, though, it all started with the first blood onto Dubdrum Skarner for Contagio's Victor. If that happens, I sure hope that doesn't happen again for Tilted Forward, but if it does, then it could be in for another storm.
This series has seen a lot of Hecarim. It's just like
It has.
Hey, he's
back and forth. He's been the contested
pick. He's been
pick.
picked every game, yeah.
And that is because, Simply Zach, he does play a lot of Hecarim. Dubdrub does play a decent amount of Hecarim, so I think that they picked that to take it away from him. So that's why we see him a whole lot. And, obviously, Hecarim has his strengths, definitely. So, especially in what we've been seeing, that team fighting. But as we get on the Rift here, we'll see if we see any cheeky invades.
Yeah,
It
it
looks
looks like Tilted Forward
Tilted
is
Forward.
grouping up to go through the blue side.
Hey,
Are they
man,
gonna
they
do
got
this?
Braum, man.
Yeah, Braum, great level 1, being able to apply the
They don't got great auto
passive, the
attackers.
concussive
Like,
blows.
I mean, the Orianna has got some distance. I mean, if you can
Yeah,
maybe
it looks
cheeky
like they're
someone.
gonna see if they can make an invade. Red Ward's gonna spot him out. Pink Mom's gonna back up. That's gonna end really fast.
Yeah.
Contagio tagging. Strip getting tagged. Strip's pretty close to enemy territory there.
Yeah.
Flashing the mastery.
They don't have much like vision. Let's just say he randomly. That was a little risky. Because say Zaire roots him and then you just get like super engaged on. But it's unlikely.
Right.
All right,
But
well,
it could have
this is-
happened. It could have happened.
Here we go. Win by Tilted Forward puts him on to the semifinals against either Fizz on Your Jace or Muffin Men. Per Fizz on Your
Oh,
Jace's
dude.
choice. Win by Dank by Mom is gonna push us to Game 5.
Right. And like I said, I'm unbiased on who wins. I'm just looking forward to good League of Legends.
Yeah.
But I would love to see a Game 5.
Oh, so would I.
Yeah,
That's just hype.
as things really heat up.
That is super hype. That would, I mean, especially how this series gone. I mean, possible reverse sweep underway. Like, that's, never know.
That's legendary. In the SBL story.
Reverse swipe. They're gonna be the Cloud9 and then they make it to the finals, lose.
Thrifty
Thrifty
taking a lot of damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with the clockwork windup from passive autos from the Orianna, like it's hard to fight Orianna level 1. Interestingly enough, though, Contagio took Death Ray first and not Siphon Power, which Siphon Power overall is a better dueling spell level 1. Well, on the wind's putting a bunch of damage under Night Circulation, but yeah, Siphon Power is good because it not only gives you a shield, but it gets the actual projectile damage plus the auto damage.
If Thrifty had burned Ignite there, Victor just popped a health pot, he would have been down to, I'm pretty sure, less than 20 health. So another auto, if he wanted it, could have taken him down.
Skirmish going on the top lane. On the wind, going Mega, putting some damage down under Night Circulation. One thing
There's
though
some,
is... Go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
There's a CS difference in there, and Lab is down some health. So if this continues, it might be hard for him to keep up in the top lane.
Yeah, and I would love to see Simply Zach actually roll up to top right now. Go for that lane gank. He has not showed any
A lot of
presence
damage
in
first.
holy shit.
Blood for Hibs. Oh, and oozing Knight gonna take him. Oh, Knight's gonna take him out. 90 caliber net headshot, putting him within kill range of the Ignite. And man, that's a really big play by the Dankbomb bot lane.
And they're full health. Like, they can do a lot.
That was amazing.
now.
Oh, Dumpdrum coming in for the gank, and Contagio just gonna drive by, do some damage. No summoners.
I can just see 30 yelling like just a great like Pokemon type of like yes, you know, getting that kill with the Ignite.
Yeah. That was really clutch on their bottom lane. That
was good.
exactly
That
what
was
they
really
want
good.
to get them ahead in this early game.
What I was gonna state earlier is that Jhin against Zyra. Jhin has such low attack speed. He has a lot of trouble getting rid of those plants.
Yeah, good point.
Oh,
I've played
melee.
against that personally, so
With Braum being
know.
a melee champ too, they can't get close enough to actually do anything, so I'm not surprised they got out with pretty much full health after that fight.
That was a great 2v2. Before that craziness happened bot lane, I was stating I'd like to see Simply Zach, roam up bot lane. We also we obviously have him getting pushed in right now. Obviously, if Win knew that he was getting a gank, he would play the lane a little differently. Might give it away, but we haven't seen Zach go top at all.
oh, gank coming in. Oh, he's gonna flash knock up. All this gravity field is gonna actually stun up Thrifty Senpai and a kill for Simply Zach. That was very, very well executed gank from both the
That
jungler
was
and mid
amazing.
laner.
No, that was a great flash under the right
Flash
side.
on Burrow into gravity field. He had no chance of getting out of there. Had
Very
just
well
enough
played.
damage to
baited
finish him
them
off.
so well to come over to that side, so Simply Zach could get an easy unburrow. At this point, we're seeing kills in the bottom lane and mid lane for Dank by Mom. They're off to a great start.
Yes, this is a good early game from Dank by Mom.
He's putting a ton of pressure bot lane on that Zyra. Meanwhile, on the wind, get some damage under Night Circulation. That lane's pretty even so far. There, not much to see
On the
different
wind
up there.
This is the first game that we've seen on the wind actually be in control of the lane. In most, actually all three of the games so far, we've seen on the wind be on the defensive in the lane, where he has been losing and getting pushed out. The first time we've seen him be in control.
Night Circulation does have a pretty big mini wave in front of him, so he could make up that CS difference pretty easily. But we'll see how well his last hitting under tower is. Now Simply Zach going for the, he's playing pretty aggressively. He doesn't have the help of Contagio, and he's actually going to get taken out by Thrifty Senpai. It's a little aggressive. He had
really good
no
awareness.
vision in the area, and Contagio wasn't in position to help. So, but yeah, that was a great collapse by Tilted Forward to get back a kill and start to mount a comeback this early game.
I'd have to look back exactly to be 100% on that, but that was more of so like map vision type of thing where, hey, you see this Orianna goes MIA from mid, and if you're watching it, you knew that he went up towards you, so you just leave.
Right.
Unfortunately, Simply Zach goes down.
Good shot underling, possibly going on the aggressive, but nothing happening down there.
So far, a lot
still-
of action.
There is a lot of action in this game so far early on. I mean, obviously we got a 1-3. It's at 740. Oh,
On the wind going in, gonna miss the wallop.
yeah.
Really nice moves out of Renai. Stopping him and then not taking that stun.
If our great streamer could put on the items and CS, that'd be great.
Well, we have Simply Zach stopping by mid lane again as Thrifty goes over to get his blue buff.
A little late on the word, but
Oh, never mind. We're good. I may have had a glitch where I couldn't see that. I'm not sure. I see it now.
Looks like a horse is trying to gank mid lane and heard from Simply Zach with the that ability is called. The one where he shoots things.
Prey Seeker.
Yes. How do you know all of these abilities? You
I'm
play
just-
lots of League of
I'm
Legends.
just, yeah, I do play a lot of this game.
And there's a bush gank in the bottom lane. 30 and Quoth are hoping that
Oh, Shockwave
come
down
up.
on the Thrifty. He's gonna ignite Contagion. He's
Oh.
gonna flash auto. Is the ignite gonna finish him off? And it
Check
is.
the bush. Check the bush. I want to see it.
Meanwhile, Zach is gonna get taken out. It's a double kill for Thrifty Senpai.
gold is now even after those two kills.
Very good counter by Dope Drum.
He also burned Flash there in order to get the ignite down in the last auto.
Yeah.
So a lot of peace of mind. He's playing well after or as this being fourth game.
Oh, live
Oh
damage
my
going on the strike.
God.
He gets deleted. Here comes Ace in the hole, and that's gonna finish off.
What the
Kick shot.
fuck
That's
was
a
that
double kill
damage?
for Hibbs.
This bottom lane is looking awesome out of Dangpai Mom.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a bot lane versus Orianna.
That was amazing by 30. Honestly, I feel like most of that damage was by him.
I would
I
have
think
to
so.
agree.
That was great. Very well played by 30 on this Zyra. And we talked about this last game on how we were a little concerned, hey, is 30 going to be able to perform on this Zyra? We haven't seen him play this in a long time. Well, this is his second game on it, and he's been performing on it extremely well.
I think the bottom lane just isn't sure what to do while they're trying to defend that tower. They were under tower and got ulted and had no idea what to do.
Yeah.
So after that double kill, looks like Dangpai Mom retakes the gold lead by 1,000.
I think with this game meaning so much, everyone's on edge. I wouldn't be surprised if the gold lead switches sides multiple times.
Very good chance that happens. I mean, it's been overall a pretty close series. The first game was kind of in favor of T. Oh, actually, here we go. Oh, and on the
Ooh,
way,
nice
he's gonna
jump.
bounce out. He's gonna dodge out of the shockwave, and they commit 3 people to the top lane. Give Contagio free time to farm mid lane and get a push on the mid lane tower, and it looks like they're gonna not stay to push. Actually, yeah, on the wind's gonna stay up there, so they can't really push there. And now they're rolling back down towards mid. Contagio gonna leave.
He's gonna get seen by Pink
He
Ward.
gets pinged out, yeah, by the pink ward.
He's gonna show anyways. They might want to try and take this as the first tower of the game.
I mean, they can brute force this. I mean, but here we go. Here comes the curtain call trying to take out some of the minions. I don't really think that's going to matter. I mean, another wave's coming up, and they're going to finish off the tower right here. It's be split 3-way between those guys. Meanwhile, Tilted Forward is going to answer with a tower of their own in the mid lane since Contagio left. So,
Yeah, you'd much rather
overall,
have that,
still an advantage for Dank by Mom getting the first tower, getting an extra bonus. Meanwhile, Dublin's going to go in on to 30. He's going to get taken out. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, he got deleted.
And there's the squishiness of Zyra. Meanwhile,
Oh, they need to back
damage
out.
coming in. Glacial Fissure coming down. Katashio is going to take a lot of damage. He's going to try and get out. He actually looks like he's going to ghost out.
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, his on the wind coming in. He's going to get exhausted. Meanwhile, another damage to be put down.
Oh,
Kills
no.
being traded both ways. Dubdrum going to put a lot of damage with Thrifty still alive, putting on a lot of damage.
Wow.
Stripe's going to pick up that kill. And then, wow, in a crazy turn of events, that's
4 for
3
1.
for 1.
4 for 1.
Oh, 4
Four
for
favor.
1. Oh, yeah,
Zyra
30 went
actually
down.
Silo
respawned.
was already dead, yeah. Overall, a 4 for 1 in favor of Tilted Forward.
And they take the lead.
And the lead's back. There you go. You were just
By
talking about
200
this.
gold.
That
But yeah, if
they're
can
going to
take
get a
this
push
tower,
on this
that's
tier
gonna-
2 tower.
that's gonna launch
This is
them.
going to open up the map a lot. They'll be able to start invading a lot.
Oh, they're
into
super
the,
low.
Oh, it's going to be a flash grasping root from 30. He's going to both get hit by the shockwave. Stranglethorn's going to go
Oh.
down. Dissuade
both
them
gonna
from
barely make it
continuing
away.
the.
That was a good re-engage. They just weren't very, very slim amount. They weren't able to finish that off to get another kill on 30.
But yeah, that tier 2 mid tower take by Tilted Forward is really important for helping them snowball the game. Now, since they took both mid lane towers, that opens up a lot of the area inside the jungle. Actually, wow. Is
Oh
that
my
gonna
God,
be
the-
enough?
uh,
Oh, the
I
heal.
don't-
Oh, ace
oh,
in the
that
hole.
will be
He's not going
dead.
to be able to dodge that. Yep. This is going to pick up
I was
that
going to
kill.
say, the Ignite won't be enough. And actually,
Meanwhile, Simply Zach going to find a nice circulation. We got Gnar on the backside, and 30's roaming up. He's actually, the Poppy
Ooh,
stuff
barely
as
misses
presence is
the
going to.
whoa, Simply Zach, what are you doing?
He's actually going to go a little too far, and the Poppy's going to take him out. After his tunnel got blocked by the Poppy, W, I figured he would have turned around, but he kept on going, and it seemed like his teammates stopped supporting him, and
That was
he fell.
such a greedy chase. When On the Wind just says, hey, fuck you guys, I'm going to farm because I'm not doing anything. And then Zyra misses her route. Simply Zach's like, I don't care, guys. I'm going to continue to chase. And I'm going to die.
Yeah, once he got
That's
that
what
tunnel
happened.
blocked, he should have just backed off.
Absolutely. Honestly, even just communication-wise, On the Wind should have been there a lot sooner as well to maybe
Yeah.
apply those slows on the boomerang, which then would have got the route from Zyra. Maybe they did apply that. Maybe they did communicate that. On the Wind just said, hey, no, I'm going to take the CS instead of roaming down. It's a possibility. But regardless, Simply Zach going a little too far.
I do have to say
Yeah,
though,
he's
given
not as tanky as he was last game.
yeah, given
Not
that
yet, at least.
a lot of the damage coming from Tilted Forward is kind of close to medium range, we'll hold on to that. Actually, Dubdrum going to use his ult to kind of go through the grasping roots, but I mean, I'm not going to get anything out of that.
No, he was still rooted after it.
Oh,
Yeah, if you don't know that interaction, he is still rooted after
Shock, we're
but
going to land
Contagio gets shit
Contagio, and
on.
that's going to be a lot of damage, and he's going to get taken out by Thrifty Senpai. Thrifty looking like the dominant mid laner once again, and Simply Zach's going to get knocked out of the Poppy W again. It's going to get rooted up by Deadly Flourish. Curtain Call's going to come in. He's going to start taking a lot of damage. Wind's going to come in. Use the Gnar to knock him into the wall and stop the Curtain Call. Ace in the hole coming in. That's not going to do enough damage. Stranglethorn's coming in. That's not going to do enough damage. And here comes 30. 50. He's going to flash in. He's going to get a double kill, at least looking to get a triple kill. Actually, no, he's going to get taken out. But Dubdrum comes in. He's going to pick up Caitlyn.
Oh, no.
Power not going to do enough. So Simply Zach is the final man alive who
Yeah.
didn't fall on that. And again, that's another 4 for 1 in favor of Tilted Forward.
3 for 1.
My mom was
Oh, is
so
it?
sloppy in that
No,
fight.
well, Contagio died to.
Oh, he did. You are
Yeah.
right.
That's 4 for 1.
The
Contagio
death
died,
timer,
respawned.
16 minutes. It's
Not that
tricky.
they're pretty quick.
Yeah, dude, honestly, this is surprising. Like, honestly, in a matter of 5 minutes, we have seen a huge gold fucking swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, honestly, I can't give you a definitive. Was it like 1.5, maybe 1,000 gold lead, and they were in control? And now
it's probably been like a 5K gold swing over the past like 3 or 4 minutes. Back to back 4
yeah,
for
and actually,
ones with
like,
a couple
Dang My
towers
Mom was
taken
in the
between.
lead, and they
Yeah.
were a driving force. They had just not been executing and been.
Here they come. They're gonna start taking on this Cloud Drake.
A Wind Drake. Yep.
They are gonna get it. Dub Drum not gonna do anything. So with
And the next
Contagio,
one's Mountain.
with Contagio not being, insanely far ahead, it's Hib's time to see if he can carry this game.
Yeah, he's got quite the items off of Adam Strip. He's got an Infinity Edge with the Zeal.
And a dagger
We'll see
plus
if he can
2
do
boots, yeah. Yeah, basically, I mean, if you look at the entire lineup of Tilted Forward, most of their damage is low to medium range, albeit a couple abilities from the Jhin, but most of them are pretty close range. If 30 and on the wind and Contagio can put up a good enough zone for Hibs, you might be able to, do enough damage to help carry these late game fights.
Yeah, this map has just been ripped wide open by Tilted Forward.
I'm not sure. Did we
And they're
see?
taking on-
Did we see the Irelia ban?
Yes, I really did get
Yes.
banned.
Okay, I forgot. I just
Here we
wanted
go.
to clarify.
Rift Herald. And they are going to get it, and it's going to go over. I'm not sure who's going over to because the camera panned off. But it looks like. Did it go to Dub Drum? Yes, Dub Drum picked up the Rift Herald buff.
With popping out there, that I think makes sense. Because Thrifty's probably going to be with the team most of the time. Still would want that on the Poppy, I think. But with so many members put forward top lane, Tilted or Dank by Mom is going to take the red buff and say thanks.
They got Dub Drum's top lane without teleport. He does have that Rift Herald buff. He is going to be able to get a good push on the lane, and Wynn's barely going to be able to make his recall out of there.
Yeah.
So Baron becomes available in about 15 seconds. Oh. Oops. Not, that was able to run out of there. But yeah, so Baron's going to be up right about now. That'll be a good objective for both teams, given they both have good AP wave clear. Baron's good at stopping both of those.
I think it's really funny. Renai was just standing on a ward. It expired in that bottom wave, but he was waiting to see if anyone was going to show up to defend that tower. So, it's a little comical that he wasted some time hoping to be sneaky.
Well,
And,
mid lane
now
tower
Simply
is
Zach's
going to
in.
go down in the process.
Yeah.
Going to be still a 3-2 tower advantage for Tilted Forward. But do have on the wind forcing down that top tower. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it as Rom and the Oriana start to roam up. Yeah, a lot of vision on the red side for Dank by Mom. They got a good idea around the Raptors and then the river where people might be at, but right now they're starting to maybe put their focus. Oh, double pop Ghost, he's gonna go in. Oh, the 90 caliber neck gets stopped by the steadfast presence of Poppy, and
That was really
Yeah.
good coordination out of both of them. 30 and Simply Zach looked like they're going to try and do a flank, but in the meantime, they just weren't fast enough and got flanked by, or not flanked, but engaged on by Simply Zach.
yep.
Yeah, and No, this game is definitely not over yet. It's a very small gold lead, but right now it looks like Tilted Forward is taking control of this game.
Yeah, what you had said, Evlite, taking down that mid lane tower just opened up the game so much that now they have so much pressure. In order to get around safely, Tank by Mom needs to take the long way to every
Yeah,
lane.
they pretty much have to go back through their base and out the other lane. Meanwhile, tier 1 bot tower, your Dank by Mom drops. It's now a 4-2 tower lead. Erdy,
no.
is he going to be able to make it out? Curtain Call's going to get popped. Glacial Fissure's going to cut him off. Curtain Call is going to finish him off. Shockwave going to catch Zach and Hibbs. Zach pretty tanky, he's taking a lot of damage, but that's too much damage for him to take. On the wind, about to go Mega. Very low on health, but all in all, 2 for 0 for Tilted Forward, and now they got pressure all over the map and see what they want to do. It looks like they're pinging out that bot lane tier 2 tower, but looks like they're going to stay mid. Try and crack the base here.
If they crack the base, this is going to be a really quick setup to end the game.
Yeah, no, they definitely
22
should be
minutes.
able to crack this base, for sure.
Yeah, Contagio's out of mana. Max circulation, finding out the Poppy ultimate, and not let
It
it
was
go.
a zoning ult. Still was pretty bad, because he could have zoned him harder by going towards him, and they could have got that inhibitor.
Right. Grifty's actually gonna flash out of there. Void getting hit by the Unburrow from the Rek'Sai. Now it looks like Tilted Forward is just gonna clear out the jungle of Dank by Mom and look to transfer that into a Mountain Drake.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dragon just spawned, and
Which
Third.
would be their first dragon. So.
Would be the first dragon.
all of a sudden, Tilted Forward has taken control of this game.
What? That Poppy ult was up again?
Yeah, when
What
you
is that
don't-
ult?
when you don't actually cast Keeper's Verdict, it puts it on a reduced cooldown.
Okay, alright. Guess I didn't know that, or I didn't
That is-
think about it, because I was like, what is going on? That thing was like a 40-second cooldown.
An important purchase that just came through. Braum got the Locket of Iron Solari. So
It'll
if
help a lot against the Victory.
30 and
And-
Contagio
and,
try and blow him
Zyra.
up. Yeah. They'll be able to survive a little bit more damage, and that means a lot in these team fights, as that's a very team fight oriented team. And they've been losing them, so it might just propel them even farther forward.
Yeah, and honestly, we have not seen the same gameplay that we've been seeing out of Contagio in this whole series. It's not even last game where he went off and just like destroyed on Victor. This whole series, he's been very consistent. This game, I feel like he's been a little lackluster. Not terrible, it's just we have not been seeing him doing the same plays that he's usually been doing.
I agree, yeah.
Is that lack of presence from Simply Zach that
It definitely
Simply
could
Zach
be.
has been
Yeah,
caught up
definitely.
a lot?
I say that it definitely could be, because this is reminiscent of the first game that we've seen, where, you know, Contagio did alright, but it didn't matter. Like, you didn't really notice, oh hey, he did really good. They just got shit on.
Shockwave only
in
gonna
game
hit
one.
wind. That's a big cooldown. They're both gonna get caught on Caitlyn traps. Looking to go for the
Disengage
chase
ult.
down. Wind just hit Mega teleport. Teleport behind, and it's gonna get canceled.
Good
Probably a
call
pretty
out.
good decision.
Yeah.
Good call out by Dank by Mom to see that teleport and react to it.
So at this point, we have a 5k gold lead still, and Tilted Forward is continuing to just use that gold lead as pressure to throw their weight around the map.
Yeah, and they need to like transition that. I mean, obviously, if you can get this inhib mid, would be fantastic. Otherwise, obviously, the easier objectives is obviously the side lanes.
Facing a whole lot of damage going down. Chaos Storm going down, and that's gonna take out 50 Senpai. Oriana is down. There's a lot of damage. Down. Rylai's is going. It's gonna start slowing Renai circulation, and then a Frozen Mallet applied from on the wind. He's taking a lot of damage. Poppy ultimate used to knock him straight up. Dugtrum getting a lot of damage onto Hibbs, but he's gonna start to have to turn away. 30 gets taken out by the Braum Q.
There's
on
a
the
lot
wind,
of
you're
people
gonna use the
low.
Nard. Zach gonna get the pop-up on the kiss shot, and Tajio's still looking for the chase. Slows on the Master. He's gonna have to flash. Government goes back
Whoa.
in. He's gonna get taken out. He didn't actually have enough damage to kill Contagio.
No. Good
That was
fight
exactly
by-
what Think My Mom needed. To
Oh,
bring
it was
it
a decent-
there.
That was a
Very
3 for
decent.
1.
Obviously, we're still very early in the game, 27 minutes. Dragon was not up. There's no tower in that area. Tilted Forward is not going to lose anything from that team fight. But obviously, you know, they out-team fought him. So that's not a good sign.
Right.
But hey, take those mistakes and apply them to the next team fight. You didn't lose anything. The Tilted Forward still, you know, hopefully can rebuttal with that, you know. They didn't lose
But that's a
anything
good-
with it.
That's a good state of mind, though. They need to be positive that they're ahead and they have an open inhib. I've seen it happen before, where a team loses a couple team fights and then it doesn't matter that an inhibitor is open. They just don't have the morale to keep pushing through. So if they think or start to think that they're behind, they might not be able to crack this base any further, even though it's going to be easy map-wise.
Right, and it's not like they have a bad team fight. It's just that, like, they didn't have every member there and all the ults didn't get applied at the right time, and it was just a lot of circumstances.
Right.
So, yeah, stay positive. It definitely, it's not like they lost it terribly. It was a close fight, and they're still up a lot of gold.
Possibly
Or a
that
decent
tunneling
amount of
in. Nothing gonna come of that. Pretty
Poppy,
much.
meanwhile, top lane is going to try and take down this tower or apply some pressure so everyone mid lane can get closer to that inhibitor.
You know, just looking at On the Wind's build, I just feel like he is behind. He is so behind.
Yeah, he's having trouble, but he is Gnar. Gravity Field's gonna lock up Red Knight Circulation, but Belgium's gonna go back. He's gonna
Oh,
take
no.
out 30. Curtain Call's gonna take him out. A lot of damage going down. Zach's taking a lot of damage. Is he gonna be able to live? No, that's gonna be a double kill for Madam Strip on the Jhin. Tajio looking to pick up. Ace in the hole is gonna pick up Red Knight Circulation. Tajio coming around the side. Oh, Deadly First
Oh,
hit him, and he's gonna
no.
get taken out. Wow.
Good fight by Tilted Forward. Contagio going a little too aggressive. He felt like, hey, I need to make something happen so we didn't lose that fight too bad, but it actually made it worse for his team, unfortunately.
Ends up being a 3 for 1 in favor of Tilted Forward. There's a couple of flashing health bars on the side of Tilted Forward, but with no inhib tower here. But I don't know, you got Hibbs with the Caitlyn. He's got to set up traps. It's going to kind of keep him
That's
out of the
huge.
base.
That's huge that they're able to hold that. Because I felt like Contagio going down, that's an inhib tower.
On the wind going, oh, he goes Mega, but not enough damage.
Oh, and they're all solo. Oh,
They-
simply Zach one's in.
Oh, here comes Zach on the flank. He's going to come in.
And he has no backup, though.
He might die for nothing.
He's going to get stunned, and he's
Oh,
gonna
no.
die for nothing.
If they coordinated that right, they could have had backup.
Oh, here
Zach
comes
could've been
30.
like,
He's
hey,
going to do a lot of damage. Locke is going to pop the save. Rifty, is he going to be able to live? Ticking.
Oh,
the last night takes
single
not gonna
digits.
kill him.
Zach had flash. He could have got a 4-man knockup if he had backup, and that would have been a clear fucking ace, dude.
Yeah, Hibbs was there and just didn't want to get
Oh
close enough.
no. It's just communication-wise, I feel like, right there, because Hibbs didn't fucking even back him up. Zyra was roaming. I'm not sure where he was at that point after the ult,
Yeah,
but
he was trying to flank
even if
him.
Hibbs was there, that would have honestly been like 2 kills with a flash
Yeah.
knockup from
Agree.
Rek'Sai.
The silver lining is a lot of the members from Tilted Forward are low here. So if they do want to contest this dragon, they can.
Curtain Call is going to get popped to try and lower. Oh, there goes the gravity well. Oh, Third's going to get taken out by the Curtain Call. Taj is going to put down the Chaos Storm. But that's going to
So we're seeing
do some damage. But, oh, Simply Zach's
Zach
going
going
in.
in by
He's gonna
himself.
Hack up. Dub jump. Zach's going to take him down without really much return.
Bank by
It
Mom is
just,
really
it
trying to
just
force
seems these
team
fights are just super uncoordinated. Everyone's going in trying to do. Oh, Renai Circulation's got the flank on the Poppy from behind. He's going to get the stun to Hibbs on the wall. And that's going to be
great flank.
Grifty Senpai picking up the kill.
That was a great flank by Blab.
This
All
is
these
pretty
numbers are
dangerous.
so low.
On the win has Gnar available. If he can get in before the Gnar bar runs out, he can get a nice knock into the wall, which I think Tilted Forward realizes that, so they're going to back off. But now that Gnar is down, they might look to turn this around. Katagio's still up. Still has a ton of damage.
And that blue buff that he has been so helpful for him for all that team fighting. He would have been out of mana so many times if he didn't have that. Now they're going to start up the Mountain Drake with Tilted Forward backing.
They end up
This is
getting
really
this
big.
Mountain Drake, but overall, like, just looking at, like, the team comp, it's very similar. We have not seen the same just execution out of Contagio on this Victor, and 30 on this Zyra. Honestly, I think it's more of the, if I'd say you didn't commit, just 30s on this Zyra is not working out as well as it did last game. He seems to be getting picked out a lot. Right at the start of fights.
You kind of touched on this point earlier, but I mean, you said Zyra's basically just a squishy support. I mean, she dies incredibly easy. If you can get to her, she dies. Like,
yeah, that's what's happening. We do have a say about 7,000 gold lead from Tilted Forward. Very, very good. You know, obviously they don't know that, but they have
And they're
options
avoiding the Baron.
to use their
Tilted
gold lead.
Forward.
They know they're ahead.
Yeah, it looks
so
like they're going to try and
looking
take this top tower.
they're just clearing out vision, just trying to prep the top side as well as Baron. Renaxulation is going in on the 30. He's going to get him stunned in the wall. Dubdrum going in. That's going to be dead 30. Dubdrum going to get knocked up by Stranglethorns. On the win on the backside is going to pick him up. He's going to get exhausted. Curtain Call's coming down. On the win's just about to go. Mega is going to jump onto Thrifty. He's going to flash Mega into the wall. He's going to get knocked up by Zach. Here comes Ace in the hole. Zach going to pick him up. Yes, it does. Shockwave doesn't actually get off in time.
Good job on getting him. Honestly, like that was a clusterfuck of a fight, and they still ended up going
Fight's
on.
still going. Katagio doing a lot of damage. He's got that Void Staff now. He's cutting through all the magic resistance. He's going to take out Shot Underling with the help of
This is a Baron.
Zach.
Tell that damn Gnar to get over to you.
Yeah, that's a Baron. I mean, 3 dead. Wow, this... I mean, as you can tell, Contagio, once he got that Void Staff, he's actually now able to do good amount of consistent damage to the Tilted Forward squad. Like, and that's Baron for Tank by Mama.
Baron.
That's, they have a good shot at
Incredible
bringing this
play.
back now. It was
Great team
very
fight.
well played fight. Yes, correct.
Yes, very good team fight.
So they used a lot of ults there simply to kill 30. If they had used that to kill Contagio instead, Tilted Forward would have won that team fight. And
The
I
most
don't
important
think
thing
all
is
those
that
ults-
most important thing is 30 still got Stranglethorns off. Oh, 30's looking.
Frank,
Oh, he's
what
getting caught. He's gonna get
Yeah,
stunned
he's
into
dead.
the wall. Yeah, he's a dead man. 30 wandering
This
up.
is the
past
story of the
vision
game,
line.
man. 30's been getting caught out all game. And it's very uncharacteristic. I feel like he's very good about that, and it's just we've been seeing it all game.
Is the pressure of Game 3 just too high?
No, I don't know if he's used to playing Zyra, and we played this
Curtain
like in
Call
game.
is gonna get popped to try and
And
put some
on the win is
damage.
top.
Tajio gets
So-
down to half health and looks like they're gonna get this inhibitor. That's gonna be the first inhibitor of the game. They took the tower the first time, they weren't able to actually get it. 30's gonna flash away from Zach. Devin's gonna go back
very
in,
odd
Glacier gonna go
interactions.
down. Renai Circulation zoning out Hibbs out of the fight. Tajio's coming in, but
What is going on?
this is
is
a
a cluster.
very, very messy fight. Hibbs doing a lot of damage on the backside. He's got that last whisper doing a lot of damage. Poppy's gonna fall on the backside. Wynn's looking to take down 30. He's not going to be in range.
All
Simply
right.
Zach's going to get hit by the Deadly Flourish, but looks like Dubdrum, is he going to be able to get out of this? Down the
Oh
Wynn's going
my
to get
God.
the hop, skip, and the boomerang to take him out.
To all my fucking
Simply
Twitch
Zach
fans,
is...
give me an
dead.
SBL clown right now, because that was fucking bad.
Oh, wow.
SBL clown that shit.
Oh, and Madam Strike,
That
he's going
was
to miss the
bad.
grasping roots, but a lot of damage
For
coming
both
out of
teams.
Hibbs, and a headshot. Yep, and the
Wow.
Peacemaker. Not going to finish him off.
This-
30 Stranglethorns is, wow, this...
That minion wave is huge too.
What is going
Oh
on?
my God.
I have,
I don't
these
know,
past
man.
like 2 minutes, I have like confused. Like I'm trying to call out whatever is going on, but there's like 3 different like fights going
Dude, this
on.
whole fucking game just turned into a clown fiesta.
They really need to push here.
Dank by Mom has Baron. They're looking to try and
Thrifty did not
break
have
open the
home.
base, but looks like they're gonna back off. They did,
Wow.
however, get that tier 2 tower in top lane, so. Oh my god. Okay, we can finally get a break and we kind of assess the game where it's at. Dank by
Gold
Mom
lead
is
is now
still down
minimal.
3k, but the momentum is definitely in their favor. They have been winning a few fights in a row now. So it'll
Dude,
be,
this game fucking went interesting really quick.
Yeah.
this game went from, you know, tilted forward, or it was Dank by Mom to begin with, you know, looking
Right, then
pretty,
it
pretty solid with a couple bot lane plays from Hibbs and 30, and then you got Thrifty making plays in the mid lane, and then oh my god.
It's going all over the place. So now, yeah, I love it. I love it. I love SBL
And
clown,
Elder,
dude.
Elder is spawning in 40. I don't know if anyone's gonna touch it for a while, but like it's getting late in the game that any major objective can really mean end or a team fight with death timers being this long.
I mean, it is at 38 minutes. On the wind, he's got the frozen mallet slow on. Oh, he's going to pop hyper. He's going to start chasing him down. I don't know if Renai circulation. Oh, he's going to miss the boomerang, but that'll allow him to back off. Otherwise, he probably could have chased him down the entire lane.
That would have been nice. No, that would have been a really good a force. Like, hey, I'm gonna chunk you down, teleport right to the Elder Dragon. You have to back and then teleport. Hopefully, we get this Elder Dragon, finish it off, and then we team fight and we win with the Elder Dragon. That was a possibility right there if he chunked him down more. That's
not the
thinking
case,
way
however,
ahead,
so-
but I'm just like that was a possibility right there because it would have been a 4v5.
Why are they going to mid lane to deal with those minions? I think you can't leave that. Oh, they've got the Mr. Krabs watching
Yeah,
for
they got,
them.
they got Skittle
so-
Crab. They have, yeah, they'll know when they start to do it. And are they starting it up? I think they are. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can hear
there we go.
the Rek'Sai scream. Yep, and then the
We got one
prompts them
backing
to
off at the
back
teleport. Same with Lab.
on the
Here.
wind has his Gnar bar pretty high. He's in pretty good position.
Oh,
Zach's gonna get a
two-man
flash
knockup.
knockup onto it. Shockwave's gonna whiff. Shockwave hits nobody. Strength of Thorns is gonna go down, but 30's gonna get taken out on the backside. Meanwhile, Renai Circulation is gonna get in the middle of the fight. He is gonna get actually, yeah, he's gonna get taken down by Victor. Uptrim on the back side of the fight, he's gonna get taken out. Hip's doing a lot of damage as well as Contagio. His shot Underling is gonna get taken. No, actually, it's gonna be Live, but
But
Ace, here
Hecarim
comes
goes
Ace in the
down
hole.
though.
Oh,
in the
actually,
back.
Ace in the hole is gonna pick him up. Deadly Flourish is gonna not root anybody, but wow, that's another 3-for-1 fight in favor of
Another
Dank by
clown.
Mom.
That was a clown fiesta fight. Not gonna lie. 30 died instantly, and they still lost that fight by tilted
Yeah,
forward.
he got the Stranglethorns off again, and Contagio had a sliver of health. One more auto out of Madam Strip or anybody else would have killed him and would have turned that fight completely because he was low for like half of that fight.
Where was the Stranglethorns?
Uh,
Was
That
it
was over
over by
Tri
the,
Brush. It
by
was
the
over
Tri
Tri
Brush?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, good Stranglethorns then. I didn't see that initially. I thought he got nothing off.
No,
so I was
yeah,
like,
he
that
was
is
able
very
to get
bad.
that off, so his death wasn't like completely.
Completely wasted, yes.
Exactly. He was able to get his ultimate off, which, you know, helped zone off the back line. Which
Right,
helped
because
him.
we had a lot of engages.
That really helped
Thrifty
the rest
had
of the
his
team.
ult go off.
Yeah,
Which-
yeah, Thrifty whiffed his ultimate. Like he
Whiffed
just
it.
hit Elder Drake.
He just wants to piss off the dragon.
So they went for a 3 for what? 1?
3
That
for
was
1.
3-for-1.
3 for 1? Were they too low to start that Elder Drake?
Yeah, Contagio was sitting on like 50 HP. It was.
Yeah, on
Had
the
to
wind
back
was
off.
like half, and Quath was at half.
Another
And
important
simply-
item breakpoint. Contagio just finished his death cap, so if he wasn't doing a lot of damage before, he is going to now.
Oh,
Yeah, we
face
also
down
have-
out of
Renai
Renai.
circulation kind of getting hit up a little bit, but he's gonna make it out safely without taking too much damage. Also, simply Zach picking up the Guardian Angel, so he'll be able to get in the middle of the fight and not have to worry about dying too much.
I love that pickup. I love that GA pickup. I think it's great. Just fucking be your team engaged, dude. Just go forward. In
Yeah,
these team fights. Obviously, pick them right, but love the GA pickup.
Ball's on the Poppy. He's looking to go in. He's going to flash. Going. He's going to get out of the range of the ball, but actually, no, he's stuck on the shockwave. 30's going to go down. He doesn't get anything off. 30's going to get gnarred in the wall. He's going to get wild knocked up. And
what the fuck?
the hit's going to pick him up on the backside. Now it's just circulation on the backside by himself against 3 members of Dank by Mom. Kutasio's still alive. He's doing a bunch of damage.
They can re-engage this fight.
Are they going to try and re-engage? No, they're going to back off. But so overall, it was 1 for 1. But the one lost by Tilted Forward was much worse than the one lost by Dank by Mom. Support for mid laner.
What a crazy fight. And honestly, like, just looking at that, we're seeing so much wasted onto 30 every fight.
They really want to kill 30.
They destroy 30. Honestly, 30. Hey, your blood is widened in this game. It's widened, man. But you know what? Your team is putting it back in every fight because
they're gonna take this tower. Holy cow! And inhibitor, they've got 4 people up.
I mean, Thrifty's still dead. Like they have no threat of like a shockwave or a major, you know, AoE magic damage.
Yeah, good push.
And they got their inhibitor back. That was quite the swing.
Yeah, they got their own inhibitor back and took the Tilted Forward inhib.
You know what I feel like we haven't touched on enough? Fucking Iro hips, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, he is secretly been doing a lot of damage.
He's just been doing work in these team fights, and we haven't been noticing him.
That's Caitlyn's job. She's a low-key, long-range carry that just auto attacks. She doesn't do anything flashy. She's not a Lucian dashing around doing a lot of things.
It's just like she's been getting the kills in team fights, but we've slowly not noticed it because so much shit is happening, and it's been a clown fiesta.
Oh yeah.
Damn, dude, she's doing
ball going on. Tilted Forward's going in. They engaged. Curtain Call's going to get popped. Only the one shot's going to hit on Contagia so far. Meanwhile, on the win is Mega, but he is not in a good situation. He's going to Gnar, try and get him out of the way. Flash knockup on the Thrifty. Strangle Thorns are going to go on. Here comes Contagia. Big Chaos Storm. Shockwave only going to hit Zac. But Rylai's slow ignites back down on him. Here comes Ace in the hole. That's going to pick up circulation on the backside, and that's a 2 for 1 for Dank by Mom.
That fight went way better than I thought it would.
Yeah, I mean, on the wind, like getting hit up really early and dying pretty early, but they're still able to get it. Here comes Zac. Is he going to try and get that long tunnel overall? He is. He's going to be able to catch up. Thrifty, he's going to knock him up. Here comes 30 on the backside. Grasping the roots are going to hit, and that's a dead mid laner. Baron's a very good possibility now.
I think that's going to be Baron. So something you guys had touched on earlier, I've been watching Hibbs. He's been really far back in team fights, sometimes a little too far, but when he has to re-engage with the team, he has been doing it. So that's how he's getting all those kills and staying alive so much. I'd like to see him play a little bit closer to the team, but if they get a win out of this, can't really complain either way.
But I mean, for Hibbs, he is such a major source of damage on that team. Like, he has to basically wait for the shot. Once the shockwave goes down, that's his cue to go in and start doing tons of damage.
That's a really good point. And is this Elder Dragon on top of Baron?
It very well could be, yeah. I mean, Thrifty's still dead. I mean, they have 3 Drakes to back this up too if they can get this, so they're going to be doing a lot of damage. This Elder Drake's going to be very powerful for them. And there you go, Elder Drake and Baron, Dank by Mom. They're in the same situation they were last game. Let's see if they can close it out.
So they're going to have Baron and Elder time out at pretty much the same time. So they're going to want to do as much as they can while they have it.
Yes, they need to force a lot of things. This is your time to shine, man. You got the buffs. You need to go forward. Can't bitch out.
Curtain Call gonna get popped, trying to go for the engage. Zac's gonna lock up the damage, but Kishot Underling's gonna get caught in the gravity field.
All right.
He's gonna get obliterated by Contagia.
This next wave.
This is where they gotta push the tower.
Dank by Mom pushes in for the tower.
Oh, Shockwave's gonna be flashed out of by Contagia. It's only gonna hit simply Zac. Meanwhile, Thrifty's gonna take a lot of damage on the backside. That was very, very good flash by Contagia. That's going to be the tower, and look forward to be the inhibitor as well. Random and Slow is going to not be applied onto
right now, they need to
Stripe. At 30, he's going to pop Hourglass, and Dubdum's going to run back into the Stranglethorns. He's going to get Caitlyn trap. Wow, is a huge Poppy ultimate. It's gonna knock 2 guys out of there. But that, I don't think it's gonna be enough. That's gonna be it.
So we're
I
gonna
was
go
gonna say they need to
2-2.
rotate to top to get that 3rd and hit, but I mean, if they
That's
engage
it.
the fight, I mean, which they kind of needed to just, hey, let's try to give it. What a game, dude! Look at
Man,
the Canadians.
wow.
We got 14-7-10 coming up from 50 set by. Not enough. We have a 14-4-9 coming out from Iro Hibbs. Iro Hibbs has not been a carry factor in this. Like, I mean, he hasn't done bad.
He's been,
But he hasn't been a
been-
carry factor in this
Right.
in this series. Usually, we've been saying Contagio has been spectacular. Iro Hibbs silently did amazing this game.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Wow.
And we
That's
go
an
to a best of
exciting
5,
end to
man. We
game
go
four.
to the 5.
So yeah, we're gonna go straight to game 5. Let's get into game 5 as quickly as possible so we can get this underway.